Hey everyone, this is Julian from the Binary Lab, and in this video it's going to be a little bit different from my previous vlogs and so-called weekly mindset videos because in fact the reason why I have not been coming on to post videos so regularly was because I actually was going through a challenging period of time. Uh, it so happened like the previous 1 year was a very good year using a certain template, indicator trading system that I've developed. It's been working very well, but market conditions continue to evolve, and it's evolved to a point when it actually seemed that if I continue to use the previous style of trading, it would actually turn out to be risky. So I was struggling to find ways and means to get around this, and in the previous video, you may have seen me talking about how excited I was and how members are excited about the new method that I found that's actually on a 60-second basis. And this new system that I've actually put out there to people at Binary Lab is indeed awesome. People are indeed raving about it. But in this video, I'm going to talk about the story behind the story. And in this video, I'm going to be actually giving credit to where credit should be given. And, I'm actually one of those people, like a lot of people who got baptized at birth, wasn't really given a choice in religion. Basically, my parents were they went to church and they wanted me to follow their same faith as well, and they decided for me that I was going to be a Christian. In fact, I'm a Roman Catholic. So they put me through baptism, they put me through catechism class, and after a period of time, I like many people out there, stopped attending church on a regular basis because, like a lot of people, I have started having disagreements and what do you call that, dissonances between different Christian elements, which in fact I think is pretty. Well, I don't want to make too many comments about here, but it's kind of to put a long story short, it's just kind of silly, like the kind of debates and the kind of like I'm better than you, and holier than thou stuff between the different Christian sects. I think it's kind of silly because in the end of the day, we're all like Christians are like all like God believers anyway. And the Islamic folks out there on my channel, you're no different because we pretty much believe in the same thing. But in this video, I want to talk about a special uh, a special incident. All right, this was just a few days ago. It was on which day was it? Tuesday, I think it was Tuesday. Was it Tuesday? So Tuesday, I was in Pattaya in a like a friend's place, and I was using his internet connection doing my webinar. And frankly, that day I had I was preparing for hours and I couldn't find anything that worked. I released the system like over a week ago. It's supposed to be a replacement. Initially worked great, like strings of wins, but at certain times, depending on when you use it, also getting strings of losses as well. So if you ask me, like if you just blindly applied it, not only would it be stressful to decide whether the signal was a signal, what kind of money management to use, because when it's good, right, you think that heck, if it's winning on such a consistent rate, then heck, let's do like freaking 5-10% every single time. And then when you get into a losing streak, and then and the losing streak doesn't end, it gets frustrating, right? You know what I'm talking about because I know a lot of people have been through that. So I'm the kind of person, whether it's live or it's demo, I get equally stressed. Whether it's a small account or big live account, equally stressed. Live account 500, live account 50,000, 500,000, or whatever. I get equally stressed the same way because in my mind, what I usually do, right, when I develop a strategy is that I'll first try it on demo, and then after demo, I will try it on a live account, small live account, maybe like 500 or 1,000 or 2,000, and then from that point, and then I increase the deposit. You have to slam down like 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, and then make the account grow. And what happened was that okay, demo worked great, went to live. Live worked great initially, and what I found was that there were account fluctuations, but whenever it went down, I could actually bring it up to what it was very easily. In fact, bring it to what more than what it was. But then again, when the losing streaks came, I felt the pain and the dreadfulness of the account like dropping. And for me, when I saw it go down like 5 at a time, 10 at a time, or let's say Yeah, yes, when I told you I went big with 10%, 50 at a time, 50, 30 at a time, 40 at a time, what I felt was that this, you know, if I could, if I couldn't even manage a tiny $500 account with live funds, how would I then apply this to the usual account sizes that I'm used to trading with? So, and as a matter of fact, how am I going to continue? How am I going to continue doing my webinars? Because it's like we've been prototyping for a while on that method. I've been telling people, go on demo until this is all sorted out, until you get all the trade entry points sorted out. Let's do this on demo. I went ahead and did it on live. So I said let's take a while on that, and then after a while, wasn't working. Reminds me of throwback to before May last year. Same thing happened, right? There was a period of time, you can ask other members of the Binary Lab. I was switching things from like literally every week. Like there was a time where before we found the system that I was going to use for the next 1 year, I for like 4 or 5 weeks straight, I was changing things for like basically either every few days or every few weeks. It was like a new method, it was a new refinement, whatever. And last week, no, 2 weeks ago, it seemed as if I hit something that kind of worked. But then it stopped working as soon as it started working. And then I felt like, damn it, we're going to change something. I didn't know exactly what to do. I was pretty much feeling down and out. All right. Couldn't even get something to work on demo. And then there was a point when I received a message, and in fact, this message was passed through to me from my mom, the same person who arranged for me to be baptized in the first place. My mom is one of those very overbearing, very holier than thou kind of people. Most of you will find that you can't really get along with her. She doesn't get along with a lot of people. And for me, for many years of my life, I couldn't really get along with her as well. So she passed me a note. She says, "This is up to you, whether you want to believe it or not." When I was discerning after my meditation, this was a message that I received from God. Okay, let me find the exact message. Yeah, it's a pretty long one. Okay, I'm going to share with you. My mom likes to write lengthy stuff. Okay, where is it? I think it's... Did she send it to me on a text or what? I think it was a text. Ah, found it. So it says that, it says like, "Julian, this is what I received when I was doing my meditation. I received a message from God, and He says that He has given you life, He has given you the success that you have today, but at the same time, He's going to be at the same time, you could very well lose everything. You need to. He's not pleased that you haven't openly acknowledged Him, and at the same time, He's always there for you to call for help. Remember the song where it says, "I will raise you up on the last day," and as soon as you call for Him, He can raise you up within 3 days. So my mom gave me that message before things really went down, and then I came to that point of hopelessness, and I literally, before the webinar, I said, Like I said the Lord's Prayer, I said the Hail Mary, I said the Glory Be, and at the end of that, I said, Lord help me, because I didn't know what else I was going to talk about on the webinar. But believe it or not, when I started the recording, my tongue took off by itself. I was speaking faster than usual. I was talking about a new method that literally thought of on the spot. Okay, believe it or not, thought of on the spot. And I was telling people exactly what to do. I was typing as fast as I could speak, and I didn't know how I could type that fast or speak that fast, but it worked. And the method that came out, I was showing people on the charts exactly, telling people exactly where to go in for calls, exactly when to go in for puts. And in that session, I was able to identify over 30 entries within 1 hour. And when the members saw it, they were blown away. And there were people who started trading right away, and they're sending me screenshots inside the Telegram group saying that this is phenomenal. Six wins and 1 tie and 1 loss. 8 wins and 2 losses. 10 wins, 2 losses. And the things continue. And then someone came in and said something like 27 wins, 7 losses. And I promoted other people's programs in the past to the people within the Binary Lab community who are looking to improve their binary trading experience. And then I found that, and people agreed in my group, that this method is possibly more powerful than anything else, because the method that is now developed, the method that we're now using, is something that's actually able to make you within 13 to 25% in a trade session where the market is swinging well. Even in a choppy market, it has the capability of you to be able to set how much you want to make for that day. You can decide that, okay, I've reached I've won a couple of trades in a row. I'm at a 2% profit, I can get out for today. I've hit a 4% profit target for today, I can get out. At the same time, even if you run into a bad run, it's not going to be more than two or three trades. And then you can as easily bring your account back up as well. This is the first system that we've created in the last 3 years of Binary Lab, since 2013, that if you trade it continuously like a robot for like 2 hours, even on the worst time, like the lunch hour when the market hardly moves, you are not going to make money, but neither are you going to lose money. It has that capability. There have been systems in the past that been able to, like, I wouldn't want to butter it up, but there have been methods that I've taught in the past that if you trade in lunch, that's the end. Okay, and that's when it manipulates you mentally so much that even if you say you don't want a martingale, you will end up chasing trades and think that you make it, but in the end you blow it. This method is totally different. This method is like one fixed trade size. There is no other way of going about it. There's no room for martingale, and it's so fast that you can literally go into trade after trade after trade. And if you just like, okay, win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, 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 loss, and it's so fast that whatever it takes away, even in a bad time, it's going to put back in your account. And until the trend actually breaks out, until the market actually starts swinging, that's when your windfall profit actually comes in. It's something that you can do from the morning out to the evening, and you definitely make money in binary options trading. So that is something that I'm truly enthusiastic about right now, and I'm even more enthusiastic about the fact that the moment I called for help, how was it possible that I felt as if my tongue and my hands were being taken care of? I remembered how it was back in high school when I went to a Methodist like private boys' school, and we were given like prayer cards. And if that wasn't enough, my mom gave me prayer cards as well. And she said, read this prayer before you go into the examination hall, and it's going to help you out. So well, along the lines of Holy Spirit, guide my mind and help me organize my thoughts so that I blah blah blah, so that to the effect of making me use fully all that I know, and to write without fatigue and all that. And it reminded me exactly of that, because when I did that webinar, I felt that somehow, I was literally assembling the template on the spot, plucking out indicators that I haven't used for ages, putting them back in, and actually turned out to be useful. Um, and it was quite phenomenal. And what I encourage you to do, like after you go away from listening to this vlog of mine, which is quite different from some of the other vlogs I've done, is that I want you to realize that there actually is a higher being. Some of you may be, some of you may be, non-religious. That's fine. Some of you may be of a different religion. That's fine as well. You could be Buddhist. You could be Taoist. You could be Shinto. You could be Jewish. Mormon. Whatever. The thing is that for whatever you believe in, some of you may. Okay, I'll rephrase that. For whatever you worship, for whatever what you call to be your religion, right? Some of you have gone that way because it wasn't a choice that was given to you. Maybe because it was social pressure, maybe it was parental pressure, maybe it was family pressure, maybe it was just like the norm of life, and you really never saw how it actually worked out for you. But I urge you that, let's say when you hit a point that you really see rock bottom, okay, and I saw rock bottom. I could visualize things. I'm the kind of person, like when I make losses on a small account, I visualize myself destructing, the large account that I have from before. When I visualize, no, when I see myself not being able to make consistent profit, let's say in a weekly period, I visualize myself, losing the binary following that I've been building up, and that greatly disturbs me. And for me, that is rock bottom. Even though even though I did not experience rock bottom, but I visualize rock bottom. For me, that's bad enough. When you see rock bottom, when you visualize rock bottom, you may have never tried to call for help. You may have never believed that there will be a response when you do call for help. But just as a message was being passed to me via my mom, asking me to call Abba Father, and actually having that work out for me. Try it too. It could work out for you. I'm eager to hear what kind of experiences you have. But this was a particularly interesting one, and also I received another message as well that this was prior to that day, right? This was prior to that day. I was just doing like this house errands, and I was in the toilet washing my hands at the time. I received a message that this could be a very tough time. Nothing's working out. But if you find a way around this, you're gonna go up higher than ever before. And that was the message I received. I was like, okay, yeah, I know it sounds easier said than done. I don't know how that's going to happen, but it actually happened. So the method's in place. Something that, like I said, is that on a shitty market day puts you on 55, 60%, enough for you to break even, right? When the market opens up from the tight ranges, boom. You could like flip your account within a day. You could conservatively within a week double an account. It's just very amazing. So once again, if you have any nice experiences to share, I love that you comment below this video, and other than that, remember to click like and subscribe, and feel free to share this video with anyone out there that you feel like could benefit from this message. I'm sorry for being long-winded, but you've been a great audience. Goodbye for now.